Just one 3-star is not going to be enough to shut down Darkest Muzhan. This is a team that I think is very likely to get at least 12 stars, if not 13, in this last war. We're going to have one team walking away, eliminated at the end of 10 more attacks. So let's see how things play out here. Big lightning strike to start things off here for Wei. He's bringing in the Lava Loon Army Comp with 4 sneaky goblins in the bottom to help provide a little bit more pathing coverage for this attack.
Yeah, Wei's looking to come in first. We saw Wei come in at the very end for Darkest Muzhan in the last war, and he's like, nope, I'm going to set the tone here in this war, and I'm going to try to get this triple with the Zap Lalo. Took out that clan castle, took out the enemy queen. Look at all that value. Now he can charge this queen right into this town hall. Does not need a poison spell because of all the value in that CC going down. And then he's got a blimp, maybe switches up to a stone slammer with an ice golem and 2 headhunters. But look at this, the world champion, she's all the way on the top side of this base here, which means you could drop the ice golem and headhunters and pick her off really easily, and then Lalo around. I'm loving this attack so far, and the queen can take out a scatter shot. Oh, the value is absolutely incredible here.
Hero dive by Wei is getting off a great start to this raid, especially if he's able to take down that scatter shot. Oh, just a little bit short, but still got a lot of damage off of it, and this is a good beginning for the raid. Stone Slammer going to provide some additional protection on top of these lava hounds coming out in front, but it looks like a single target Inferno is going to burn up one of them, and 2 more on the backside could cause some problems if there are any more lava hounds left.
Yeah, he pops that Grand War Internal Tome perfectly. The scatter finally goes down there. Look at this Royal Champion getting beautiful value through the splash and the Tesla farm then popping up. And here are the Headhunters taking out the enemy Royal Champion up top with that Ice Golem tanking. Wow, what a beautiful job there. Some ground skellies do pop, which are going to slow the Royal Champion down. She is going to go down here to the skellies. Oh, she's barely hanging on, and finally she goes down. But Wei's got so many balloons. This is looking like a 3-star to kick off this war, Woody.
So many balloons, Carbon Fin. There's no way that they will deny the 3-star from this hit for Wei. The balloons are getting pathed in a kind of weird spot. Looks like they're going down to maybe a Tesla in the bottom corner or something.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Dragon found a Tesla down over there. All right, they're going to move back on to the buildings. And with 45 seconds left, that should be plenty of time to wipe out the remaining structures here. We even have a little bit of a spread here from our balloons, which is going to be helpful to ensure that these buildings go down in time. Just a great hit from Wei here. Super valuable early hero dive onto the town hall. Really eased his conscience and made it a lot easier to just focus on the rest of the raid, building up to a huge hit. So many balloons left. So many, Carmen. I'm blown away.
Yeah, it's just incredible. Wei coming in, showing the caliber, the player that he is. He was the MVP of the World Championship last year after winning it. And we're just looking at his attack, the beautiful Grand Warden Internal Tome through the core, the Zap Lalo, which I think is definitely going to be here to stay. So everyone watching, make sure you move those high value defenses and those heroes away from each other so that so they cannot be zapped. And just like that in that example, which we've seen a handful of triples now, we're going to be jumping into the next attack, which is going to be Wilhayen, and he's coming in with Mass Edrex. I believe he did Mass Edrex as well in his very first attack, Woody.
Interesting. All right. Well, it's an army comp that he's used to playing. It got a 3-star for him once before. Can he pull it off again? I'm looking at the shape of this base and noticing that there's pretty significant spread out here. It's going to be really important to make sure that the Electro Dragons get lightning bounce damage if he's going to get the value out of them that he needs, aiming for that 3-star here, Carbon.
Yeah, look at that. That Tesla was beautifully placed to stop an E-Drag chain value so that it chained to the left and had to have the E-Drag kind of move its way around and finds a Seeking Your Mind. Down it goes, which means that that single target Inferno is going to stay up just barely. And now he has the King, and then the Queen are going to come down with the E-Drags charging their way straight into the Town Hall here. There is the Rage spell. Get ready for the Grand Warden who fuses the freeze, and he has the Royal Champion still to get the Warden ability, and no, now he finally just drops it. Out comes a ton of archers, a Headhunter, which 2 Headhunters, watch out. They're going to go for this Grand Warden. He's going to be picked off really quick.
Inferno Dragon's kind of struggling to keep pace with his Stone Slammer. It locks on every once in a while, but it loses the lock, and with that, the damage boost is gone. Will Halen's attack is looking really powerful now, with still so many Electro Dragons left, and like, where did the defenses go? They've just been evaporated by a massive assault. Will Halen is the Electro Dragon master, shouting Fusro Da straight into the depths of this base. They're still swarming strong.
Absolutely incredible. These E-Drags are charging the way through. The Queen still has her ability. The Royal Champion is staying up. He knows exactly how to use these E-Dragons, and he's getting it done. Beautiful job with a minute and a half. Plenty of time, and that's going to be a 3-star here with the Mass E-Drags.
These heroes aren't too healthy, but they've made it to the other side of this raid with plenty of time left to go in for the cleanup. They even have a swag Archer Queen ability that he can use any time that he wants. Oh, Will Halen's going to lose one of his heroes to that Seeking Air Mine, but these other two should be able to get the job done. 6 buildings left, and they're all concentrated on the top side of this base. Wow, I don't think that I know a single other player who has had this great of a hit rate with Electro Dragons, Carbon.
Yeah, 2 for 2 with the E-Drags. Really nice job right there, showing everybody how the E-Drags can actually be used with that new lightning spell. Man, Banks, it is all tied up, a triple apiece. Neither one of these clans want to go home.
Will Halen came flying into that base like a man possessed, absolutely tore his way through and put that 100% 3-star on the board, you know? So they're both tied up, these teams. It's still anyone's game, and we're just hoping to see if Kapinalliset can keep that momentum moving forward. And the same from Darkest Muzhan.
Now, keep in mind that Will Halen was the only player to 3-star for Kapinalliset in their previous war against Hama, so if that's the best they've got, they're going to really have to keep some high percentage 2-star hits from the remaining attackers. Otherwise, Darkest Muzhan, as we discussed before the match began, is very likely to get 12 or maybe even 13 up on the board. Much more likely since they've already gotten a 3-star from their first hit, Carbon.
Yeah, absolutely. We are expecting at least 12 to 13 stars to help push you to the next round. And now we see Kartik coming in with the Yeti bow bat. And with these Yetis, and it's kind of the standard, there's nothing too crazy in this attack here. Using this Grand Warden to help set this funnel on the outside with some 3 wall breakers. And he's got a blimp, which means that he's going to probably have the blimp and the Warden ability. And wait a second, and the wall breakers all be paired together. That would be an absolutely incredible thing if he can do that, so that he can get the wall breakers to double wall break, blimp for the town hall. Because if he could do that, look at the just bowler bounce value with all these expos, and they're actually air expo. Oh, just 1 ground expo in there. That's a lot of value from the bowler bounce, and then bats move up. This could be a lot of value from Kartik, Woody.
Yeah, this is a very versatile attack that Kartik can use these spells as he deems appropriate during this raid. He's got 3 free spells to shut down enemy splash damage structures like that scatter shot, which could give him a lot of trouble. He's going to protect all these troops with the Grand Warden charging straight through. There's so many small compartments, but it seems like he's got just enough damage to keep pace against these really powerful defenses. Sends in the battle blimp now, which of course goes directly for the town hall, and we'll be able to drop out some additional troops to get that first star. But hold on, it's got a tornado trap. Is it going to be on the wall?
Wow, no way. The tornado trap coming up clutch to be used to pull the blimp away from the town hall. He still is a Raw champion, which he can use it. He does send it down south. That tornado trap denied the blimp from taking the town hall down there. But wait a second, he still has a good chance of potentially pull this 3-star off.
Okay, he's got the Royal Champion moving in toward the Town Hall, drops the freeze, and with that ability, she'll throw her shield and get the Town Hall finished. The rest of the attack will continue along the top side of the space, but we've only got a minute and 19 left to finish off the other half, and we've lost a big chunk of this attacking force. There's a relatively well-protected Dark Elixir storage behind several layers of walls along the backside of the base, so it's a question now whether or not these bats will be able to finish off enough defensive structures that they can continue their path over the walls and eliminate the remaining defensive. Nice job of the freeze there. Keeps the bats right on target, Carbon.
Yep, he needs... Oh, that wizard tower in the back end is distracted. And Kartik gonna come in with a 3-star as well. Beautiful job for Darkest Muzhan. Wow, look at this. Even though the blimp did not take that town hall down, still he did not panic, saved the Raw champion to make sure he could take the town hall and secured it for another 3-star. Beautiful hit.
Every action has an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's third law holds true in this final war of the day. 3-star, 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 back and forth like a seesaw. Kartik has kept pace for Darkest Muzhan, a team that is looking crazy good right now, Carbon.
Absolutely incredible. It's been the perfect attacks so far in this war. No one has yet to fail, but it's going to come down to the small things. If you make one tiny mistake, it can cost everything, and we're jumping into the next one. Oh, and he's going to come in with the Super Witches, 5 of them. And can these Super Witches with the Quad Quake overwhelm this base? We have one multi-target Inferno in the very middle next to that Eagle Artillery, and there are the Quad Quake on the outside. And he's just going to charge his way through. Does have a Siege Barracks, and he's going to try to get his way to overwhelm to the Town Hall all the way in the core there, Woody.
It's like as soon as we saw alternate attacks put up a super war or a perfect war, all the rest of these clans are like, oh, so that's how it's done. All right, yeah. Let's try to do that, and
oh man,
maybe see if we can keep the hype and excitement up for a little bit longer here. In this Elim round, Circadosin is the next attacker for Kapinalliset, needing that 3-star once again to keep pace against Darkest Muzhan. This Super Witch comp, it feels risky to me, but I know how reliable it's been in past attacks, and with the big boys well spread out in front to block shots for these witches, this could be the big brain move that Kapinalliset needs for another 3-star.
Yeah, indeed, and they're going all out. They're taking the risk and using the free spell. Now the Queen's charging their way right into the core, drops the jump right over this Town Hall here. Those Super Witches are making their way and finally pulls out the Clan Council, uses the free spell, but watch out, the Lava Hound Archers are going to slow everything down, and he lost a bunch of these Super Witches to the top side, and he does not have a huge push into the core. He needs to use this Grand Warden ability to protect them, and here, there it is, finally pop, but this Queen's going to get slowed down with the Lava Pups here, have Yetis outside and saving onto this Royal Champion.
With almost any army composition, one troop wandering off to the edge isn't really going to matter a whole lot, but when that one troop is a 40 housing space Super Witch that you needed to have that big boy out in front to protect for the rest of the push, I don't know if Circadosin can justify the way that this army is shaping up. The witches spreading out to the edges, Yetis not really concentrating firepower in the center. They do get the Town Hall down, and those Super Witches are still alive, firing away at the Clan Castle now. 3 stars is still within reach, but it's not looking like UZP is going to make it easy for him, Carbon.
Unfortunately, look at what we have down south. We have all the heroes. We have the Royal Champion, the Queen, the Grand Warden, the King. They're all standing down here at 6 o'clock. And unfortunately, this Grand Warden is going to go down with that Super Witch. And these Yetis are not going to have this push. It's going to be in the high, or is it going to be into the 90% range here? But it's just not going to be enough. Look at the Yeti might try to take down the single there.
Oh, it does?
It does. And takes the cannon
what?
too. The defenses all go down except the King and the... Oh, so close. Very nice try. Banks has just been such high scores so far. It's just unbelievable.
A 93% 2-star, amazingly, is our lowest score yet in this particular matchup. I mean, Circadosin really putting in that effort, but not quite making it to the end. Let's have a look at this replay, Woody. What do we got?
We've got a lot of Super Witches that are kind of spreading out a bit sooner than Circadosin was really hoping for here. Great use of the Grand Warden Eternal Tome, but not as many troops as I think he was hoping to keep on path there. He actually dropped it a little bit early, so we wound up soaking damage from that big blast coming out from the Town Hall when it went down. But man, hats off to him. I didn't think the Kapinalliset were going to even come close to the 3-star that time, but Circadosin came just a hair's breadth away from keeping Darkest Muzhan in their sights.
Yeah, we're jumping in with the next attack coming in from B of Darkest Muzhan. Can he keep that momentum going and add another 3-star for Darkest Muzhan? And this is going to be the Yeti Smash. 7 Yetis, 8 boulders. Grand Warden is taking his time. Some of the minions are being dropped early hand and Archer to help grab some of these buildings that are not being protected at all. And this is the big thing. With these Warden Walks, it takes time. You have to be patient. You have to get your value, because if you don't and you miss one building, it could cause your full army, especially bowlers, to walk the wrong way.
Busy Bee is swarming these minions all around the base, getting some nice funneling set up here for the rest of the attack. He's got 4 balloons to provide a little bit of maybe coconut loon searching for seeking air mines to protect the healers, but the main force of the attack is going to be the Yetis and the boulders. I don't see any bat spells this time, so instead he's going to rely on those 2 jump spells to get the main force of the attack through that other side of the base. Barbarian King will be right out in front of this main attack, soaking shots for the rest of these guys. They're going a bit slow for my liking here, Carbon, but I guess that the CC pull is happening now and the main phase of the attack is underway.
Yeah, he did break through his initial wall here and unfortunately found a Seeking Air Mine that hit the healers, pops that Grand War Internal Tome, and there it is. The balloons are pulling more Seeking Air Mines and more traps, protecting these healers with that jump that connects it to the single target Inferno. Get ready, the Siege Barracks and Hogs will come out on the top side with the Royal Champion, and look at this King. He broke through the wall, and he's actually getting probably more value than he thought he would instead of running up and around, and now here comes the Royal Champion, and these Yetis and Boulders are doing massive work in the core, Woody.
Yeah, this is a ton of firepower. He's going to lose that King to the Inferno Tower over on the right side. Oh, never mind. I spoke too soon. He drops a free spell right at the perfect last second to keep him alive. He's lost the Yetis and Boulders over on the left side, though, and I don't know if these Hogs are going to be enough to finish off this cleanup. He's got to worry about that scatter shot down in the bottom corner right next to a bomb tower. Hog Riders really don't like going up against either of those, Carbon.
Yeah, oh, the Grand Warden dies to the scatter shot there. He's got a handful of Hogs, but I think every single one of those Hogs has almost next to no health here. So one scatter shot or that bomb tower is just going to cause... Oh, wait, no, the scatter shot. The Hogs are trying to hang on, and down they go. And this is going to be a defense. Very nice try. The Hogs didn't have enough. They got hit by so much, and the Queen going down, and that scatter shot did a massive amount of work. It's going to be in the higher percent 2 stars, which we've been seeing all war. Like, these elimination matches, the teams have been bringing it. Unbelievable. Look at this. The King and the Wizards are going to try to grab a little bit more to give another advantage here to Darkest Muzhan. Should be like 1 hit from these final defenses, and down goes the King. And it looks like it'll be just about a 93%. I don't think the Wizard has enough time for this elixir storage. No. 93% 2-star there, Woody, for Darkest Muzhan.
It's going to be a percentage advantage for Darkest Muzhan and a star lead for them, having picked up the 3 earlier on. But a chance for Kapinalliset to make the comeback happen. If they get the 3-star here and now, they would actually pull ahead of Darkest Muzhan. So definitely a lead for Darkest Muzhan, but showing some weaknesses now. I know that Kapinalliset can hold their heads high marching into this 3rd attack, but let's take a quick look at the replay first, where we see that early Grand Warden Eternal Tome protecting the troops right before the Town Hall goes down and doing their best to survive a massive wave of defensive damage coming out from the core of that base.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're seeing the next attack here for... Oh, wait a second. Is it another Yeti Smash? Yes, it is another Yeti Smash that we're seeing with a heal spell, maybe to come out with the Hog Riders, because we saw before that there was no heal, so the Hogs took a massive amount of damage, and we can maybe see that ore drops into the core. Usually a lot of times these players like to kind of react on the fly. That's at least what I do with the spells. Like, if you can't react, it's gonna really be a huge detriment to the team there, but all these players know exactly what to do, especially when the situation with the Warden, if something goes the wrong way, to bring it back. We'll see this Warden grab and set that funnel, and he's going to charge his way straight into this Town Hall here with some sneaky goblins on the outside. As long as he gets the value, it's looking pretty solid to charge his way in.
Kiki and Circadosin both said that they believe that Levo is the guy with the highest 3-star hit rate on their squad, with a chance to pull back with a heavy strike against Chen from Darkest Muzhan. The 3-star, once again, would put Kapinalliset ahead, even if it's just by a little bit, but they really need their star to shine bright here and now. Grand Warden Eternal Tome protects those troops as they're moving over the Town Hall's charred remains, 34% overall damage, and they're looking for that 2nd star at the 50% mark. A Town Hall has been finished off. The Clan Castle on the back end, though, has finally just been pulled out, and it's going to be a big old lava hound to gum up the works on this attack, Carbon.
Yeah, here comes the Hog Riders with the Royal Champion. Finally, the Hound does pop here. Drops the freeze on the single. The Eagle is doing some work. and he drops the heal onto the hogs and the yetis kind of to get everything healed up. Beautiful heal spell there. Queen still has her ability with one freeze left. Sub-tassels pop up top around. World Champion's moving through. Can he keep this momentum? Watch out for the single target Inferno. The Yetis are split. The Queen's doing some work down south, but I just don't know if this World Champion has it in her.
She's got her ability still.
Yes. Oh, but the ground sky is going to slow her down. Oh.
But she's got her ability. She can use it whenever needed. Takes down the Inferno Tower and has just got a little bit of health left on that Wizard Tower. It's not too much of a threat for her after she finishes off these skeletons, so that's going to be going down. 2 more stabs, yeah, finishes it off. There's a single target Inferno at the bottom of the base, though, and I think that's going to be the big roadblock for this attack by Levo. 57 seconds left. He's got to worry a little bit about this clan castle well protected behind those walls and kind of no way to hop over them. I don't know, Carbon. This is looking like a really high percentage 2-star to me.
Yeah, these Yetis are going to be able to grab the percent on the outside, but unfortunately, with the core scatter shot and that single target Inferno that he cannot reach with the Yetis unless they take their time to beat through the walls, and it's just the single target Inferno will do a massive amount of work. And this Grand Warden is taking an interesting path around that storage right there. The Wizard grabbing some percentage, trying to get as much. Can he reach into the 90% range? I think he should be able to get that. 87, and then there's a few more buildings here, but very nice try for this attack.
Oh, man. Super close once again. Levo pushing that overall damage percentage as high as he can, but denied the 3-star win. Kapinalliset really needed it now. We're over halfway through this war. Can you give us a recap here, Dow Banks?
Well, Levo is coming in with an 89% 2-star, which unfortunately does make them slip a bit further down away from Darkest Muzhan, which is a bit unfortunate. However, there's still some to play for. We have 2 attacks left per clan, and it kind of is looking like we're leaning towards Darkest Muzhan. Obviously, they're coming in clutch. They're actually kind of in cruise control when it comes to their 100% 3-stars that we've seen so far. But it looks like we're going to jump in with Chen now from Darkest Muzhan and see what he can do.
Yeah, we'll see if he can come in with the hybrid here with 16 miners going to charge his way in with the 5 healers, dropping some balloons on the outside towards 3 o'clock to help remove. Oh, wait a second. Is this Archer? I should death damage on the. Yes, the balloon takes down that Archer tower, which should help set the final. There's the super wall break to make sure he opens up that compartment. And looks like he wants to charge that queen straight in to get the single. The clan castle, the town hall, a ton of value here. Great identification.
Healers are going to be stacking right on top of that Archer Queen. Freeze spell used at the opportune moment to protect her, but looks like he might have been able to get that Wizard Tower as well if he had positioned it up a little bit. Maybe he was trying to grab the sweeper as well, but it didn't really seem to be much of a problem for this Archer Queen. She's slowed down a little bit here now, but she's still popping off against all these CC troops, which aren't seeming to give her much trouble. She should move into the town hall soon after and give this minor Hog Rider hybrid army an easy road to victory along the top side. I see a single target Inferno up there in the top compartment next to that scatter shot, but also ground targeting expos, which could cause some problems here for this ground-based raid, Carbon.
Yeah, the Queen will be able to take this town hall. But like you mentioned, those expos are all grouped up near that Eagle artillery. So as long as he can kind of time the Warden ability to protect them through that, maybe pair it with a rage spell if he doesn't need it for his Queen, that can be a tremendous amount of value. And here we go. Hyrus coming in for the top side. The P.E.K.K.A. is going to be able to help tank this scatter shot. Look at that. Beautiful job right there. The Queen still has her ability to use and get ready for the Grand War Internal Tome, maybe through some Eagle shots through this whole core. There it is. Perfectly timed. Beautiful Warden and Internal Tome, Woody.
Queen wandered a little bit out of the range of that rage spell, and that's going to slow her down on the backside. She's only taken shots from an Archer Tower and an Expo, but these Hog Riders have really just pulverized the defenses up on the top side. Grand Warden's protecting them perfectly, and with another heal spell ready to drop, there it goes. He's going to be able to top them back off. Sends in the second wave of Hog Riders along the backside, and the only thing I'm really worried about is that single target Inferno heating up on the Archer Queen. She's going to go down pretty soon after that, but I think that these Hog Riders are well positioned to finish off the remaining defenses on this phase and are looking for another 3-star from Chen.
Oh, beautiful job. Still has the World Champion ability to use. Granted, there is a single target Inferno down top, but the Hog Riders will be able to help tank and distract that single while the World Champion moves her way in. does have the time here with about 30 seconds left in the raid. Pops her ability. Down goes the defenses. It flies around, and there we go. Another 3-star from Darkest Muzhan. Unless there's a troll Tesla somewhere, which I don't see because obviously the world champion is not, or the hogs are not targeting. They're going on to the regular buildings. And these are the final ones with the 3-star. Beautiful hit for Darkest Muzhan.
Awesome job there, and the Darkest Muzhan team are pulling far ahead now over Kapinalliset. With that 3-star hit, they've now got 11 up on the board and a 98.2% average destruction rate. I don't even know if it's possible for Kapinalliset to pull back at this point. They could get a maximum of 13 stars, but even with that, Darkest Muzhan just really need to put a decent 2-star hit up with their last strike, and that could be more than Kapinalliset could overcome.
Yeah, that would mean Darkest Muzhan just has to get the 2-star, but we're jumping into this next attack here, which is going to be with more Super Witches. 5 Super Witches is going to try to smash his way through Kartik's base, and we have the Grand Warden Walk starting up top, so we're kind of seeing a mix between some Yeti smash attacks and Super Witch smash attacks here. Remember, when you talked about it before, those Super Witches taking up 40 camp space, so much. You have to be precise on each one of them and make sure none of them gets targeted by that single target Inferno, and they keep spawning those big boys as they die off. And the King's going to help loop up and around this base, and then he's going to help charge in. It looks like straight to the town hall. He already dropped the jumps. He's like, I'm getting the jumps down. I'm making sure I need to get them to the core, and he's going to focus on that. But watch out. Hopefully the Wizard Tower and the storage don't pull the Queen and the Witches up. That could be a problem.
Boosted up super troops are a great new addition to the game, and it looks like KK is going to making another attempt to pull off 3 stars with them this time. 5 super witches brought to this attack, and an early use of the Grand Warden Eternal Tome, trying to protect against all the heroes firing away on defense. That Royal Champion sending in her spear as fast as she can, but it looks like that Town Hall survived the early stage of this attack and will be blowing up right on the big force of KK's army here.
Yeah, absolutely. With his charging his way down here, but he did lose, I think, one of the Super Witches up top, ended up walking there, but there is the Royal Champion finally coming in, and Wizards, meaning maybe Hogs, are going to come out of that Siege Barracks, but the Queen going down south, and look at this, the Queen unfortunately did not go into the core to help get that Eagle Artillery, the Scatter, the Queen. There was so much value in there, but she and a few Super Witches with the Grand Warden Healers decided to go outside the base, and it really lost the momentum in the core there.
Those witches are so beefy, though. They've got a ton of hit points, and if you've got healers anywhere near them, they're very likely to get topped back off again. KK is running out of offensive options here with only that Queen ability left and a ton of firepower getting rained on down from the top. That Eagle Artillery is shooting big blasts at this attacking force, but he's still going to get a relatively high overall damage on here. He's at that 63% mark now and has almost a minute left to deal some more damage, but I think that coming short of the 3-star, there's kind of no way for Kapinalliset to catch up against the monsters from Darkest Muzhan.
Yeah, unfortunately, with these witches still on the outside, Queen's got her ability. It's with not getting that value into the core, that Eagle is just going to rain fire. There's the enemy Queen going to pop her ability, take her down. It's going to be in the 80%. It's very nice try trying to use these super witches, but it's come down to the funneling. It's come down to those buildings on the outside that pull that Queen, pull those super witches and those big boys away from the core, and it ended up happening here. Very nice try. It's just sometimes it just doesn't go your way with these super witches.
Yeah, stuck on the wall this time and depriving the rest of the attackers from those 3 healers that they could really use. Looks like KK with an 84% 2-star has done his best, but missing out on that Eagle Artillery early on in the raid left him without much of a hope. Thanks.
Kapinalliset unfortunately falling short yet again in their attacks, because something really dramatic does have to happen in order to keep them in this game, because they only have 1 attack left, and it really does look like all hope is lost, which is very unfortunate. So what's happening in this replay, Carbon?
Yeah, we were seeing that they were trying to charge their way through, and that Lava Hound did pop, which stalled up the Super Witches and the Queen behind while the big boys kind of went around. They cleared a little bit of more of the core inside there, and then which made it so that the Queen and those Super Witches walked around the outside. So there was no the core defense in the middle, so they didn't want to go there, and they walked around, unfortunately. Very nice try, and that's why the CC defending troops is very critical. You don't want to use the same thing for every single base. There are specific troops that are meant for different base designs that get way more value.
All right, it's time for the final attack from Darkest Muzhan with 11 stars already. They have a chance to bring this up to 14. That would be the second best war that we've seen today, just right off the perfect war we saw from alternate attacks. I gotta say, this bottom bracket has really seen some smashing success for alternate attacks and now also for Darkest Muzhan. The combat is going to be continuing throughout the weekend, and there is still a lot left to say from these two top clans. Even if they had a difficult loss against Tribe Gaming and INTZ earlier on, they are still in it to win it. This double Elan gives them a little bit of breathing room, and they have been taking some big gasping breaths.
Yeah, now we're seeing the Zap hogs being used here with 29 hog riders, and took out the enemy queen, that clan castle, and here comes the Yeti with some of the goblins on the outside. Can he set the funnel to get his hero straight into this town hall? Or let's see, deciding to use a royal champion up top. Is he gonna invest a phrase spell for her? We'll have to see. Oh no, there's a headhunter to do it as well. Okay, nice job.
Okay, yeah, goes in for the assassin kill up top. That royal champion will go down, and he'll even get a few more shots off at enemy defenses with that super shield ability. Can't finish off the Eagle artillery, but who knows if that was the intended target or not. Darkest Muzhan's UZP going in for this last attack has got 29 hog riders. Is shooing the miners that we often see paired up with these porcine raiders. Instead, he's going to be backing them up with just 2 heal spells, having spent most of his spell storage space on that strike earlier on to finish off the CC.
Yeah, now we have the Queen and King moving their way straight into the Town Hall. It is going to activate, pops that Queen ability super early. Town Hall is going to go down. Oh, pops that King ability, which means he's going to lose a bunch of those barbs. I would have saved onto that King ability until after the Town Hall exploded to get a little bit more value there. Nice try, but here we go. Stone Slammer is coming up, takes out that Eagle artillery, and look at that, and a bomb tower. That is huge value for the Hog Riders, Woody.
A triumphant spread of hog riders along the left side of the base will deny splash damage access to a lot of Will Halen's defenses here. You see those wizard towers getting nuked left and right. Hog riders well protected by the Grand Warden's Eternal Tome, used just at the right moment to deny that giant bomb and a scatter shot that looked like it was about to get a lot of damage off. Defensive Barbarian King following around these hog riders, but doesn't really seem to be getting much of a lock or hardly any damage on them. It's going to be those 2 headhunters that are targeting directly onto him to deny him access to the bulk of this raid. Scattershot firing away. I think UZP might be getting the 3-star here, Carbon.
Yeah, look at these hogs pushing their way through. Oh, the spring traps!
Ow.
What though? Wow, look at those spring traps. Were absolutely perfectly placed to deny those hogs, and a giant bomb. Wow.
Right when it seemed like this attack was unstoppable, the spells and traps have just been sprung right where UZP couldn't handle them at all. Will Halen's traps are on a Yu-Gi-Oh level of usefulness here, activated right when he needed them most to keep that attack at bay. Nice defense here to Will Halen. I thought we were watching another 3-star, Carbon.
Man, it was looking really good for the 3-star, but perfectly placed spring traps, and that is what you would love to do. You want to place your spring traps near some of those inferno towers because of the 2x2 tile radius. It could be used really well, especially maybe if you sneak a little Tesla there, or if you have another like a sweeper, you could place it perfectly so the hogs will go straight between it and they'll all get sprung, which you tend to see in a lot of the bases. And there it is, all the hogs got sprung right when they were getting close to that inferno tower. Really a nice try from UZP, but Darkest Muzhan putting up a show here in the elimination match right here.
Sprung just like Sir Mix-a-Lot. This base had got a lot on its backside. Can't deny the defensive ability of the base builders from Kapinalliset. They're down, and it looks like they've got no way to claw their way back into this race, but what a performance in their very first Clash of Clans World Championship qualifier. Good luck to them going forward. We're going to get to see their walk-off performance from Yent, the last attacker for the day.
Coming in with the mass E-Drags and some of the lightning spells, which is going to take out a sweeper as well and damage that clan castle. We got some sneaky goblins to help set some funnels, and then we're going to see those E-Dragons look to come straight in, right onto that town hall, full sending right in and not wasting any time. And look at this. There's 2 minutes and over 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the raid, and he's got the bulk of the army already down.
Coming in hot and heavy. Yent will not be denied. We've seen some attacks like this work before, but oh my goodness, a big spread of enemy CC troops coming out of that castle have just been walled by poison spell and zip zaps left and right from the Electro Dragons. Rage spells getting dropped all over the place. Yent is unrelenting in this hit so far, but single target infernos along the backside are going to be really difficult for Electro Dragons to overcome. He's got the first star from the Town Hall kill, but I don't know how much further he can go at this rate.
Wow, those E-Drags just got demolished there. They were there, and then they weren't there. They're unbelievable. The King's going to run around the outside of the space still. Where's the Queen and the King are down there. The Raw Champion is the thing that has not yet been used. And the Eagle is going to be doing some massive work on these 2 remaining E-Drags. Brentwood went down, and unfortunately, I blinked and the E-Drags were gone, Woody.
Yeah, he was spending his troops and spells like I spend my allowance when I was young. You just take it all, grab the money, run out, and drop it all as fast as you can. I think Yent understood that there was no way, even with a 3-star, that he'd be able to defeat Darkest Muzhan at this point. So hats off to him for showing us another E-Drag hit, but it doesn't look like it's going to come close to the 3 stars this time, Carbon.
Yeah, unfortunately, that Queen is going to maybe take the King down, yes, but some of these defenses, the Wizard Tower does finish that Queen off right there. Really nice try. The Mass E-Drags, we've seen a couple Mass E-Drag triples, to be honest, so it definitely has some really good potential, but they're going to fall short, and Darkest Muzhan is going to be advancing here.